Hi, everybody. I'm Don Poyer alongside Reggie Theus, and welcome to the EA Sports Arena for this NBA game between the 80s All-Stars and the 90s All-Stars.
Okay, Don. Now, here are the starting lineups.
We're about ready for the start of today's game. Johnson gets the ball. To Irving. Throws it. Malone puts up the J. Rebound, Stockton. To Jordan. Pippen takes the jumper. He drains the shot. Gervin with the soft jumper. Good. Good. Stockton with a great assist. To Irving. To Gervin. To Johnson. To Gervin. From top of the key. Got it. That ties the game at 4. To Pippen. Oh, yes. To Gervin. Fake. Swatted away by Jordan. To Stockton. Throws it. Malone with the jumper. Yes! The 90s All-Stars 8. The 80s All-Stars 4. To Gervin. To Bird. He goes up with the jumper. Yes. To Malone. Takes his jumper. Bird is whistled for the defensive foul. First personal foul. Malone hits the first one. Malone sinks it. The 90s All-Stars 10. The 80s All-Stars 6. To Gervin. Lobs it to Johnson. Bird goes for the deep one. Malone picks up the defensive foul. Bird going to the line for the first time tonight. Misses. Bird gets it. The 90s All-Stars 10. The 80s All-Stars 8. To Shaq. Fakes it. Takes his jumper. Yes! To Bird. To Gervin. Johnson in the post. To Gervin. He puts up the jumper. Makes it. The 90s All-Stars 12, the 80s All-Stars 11. Malone in the post. He makes the shot. To Gervin. Lobs it to Malone. Batted away by Shaq. To Jordan. Jordan takes the jumper. Rebound, Malone. Throws it. Irving goes up. It's good. The 90s All-Stars 14, the 80s All-Stars 13. Throws it to Jordan. He goes up with it. Malone makes the offensive board. Gervin takes the loose ball. To Bird. To Irving. To Malone. He goes up with it. Batted away by O'Neal. To Jordan. There it is. Lobs it to Malone. Batted away by O'Neal. To Stockton. O'Neal shoots. Malone with a huge jam. The 90s All-Stars 18, the 80s All-Stars 13. To Gervin. To Bird. To Irving. Takes the shot. Good. The 90s All-Stars 18, the 80s All-Stars 15. To Malone. To Stockton. Dumps it in. Pippen from the low post. To Irving. To Irving. Fakes the shot. He takes the jumper. Johnson pump fakes. The 90s All-Stars are whistled for the goaltend. Stolen. Bird receives the pass. To Johnson. He pump fakes. Bird with the shot. Got it. The 80s All-Stars 19. The 90s All-Stars 18. To Pippen. To Jordan. To Malone. He puts up the J. It's good. To Irving. To Gervin. To Bird. Takes the shot. Blocked by Malone. Pippen on the left side. Got it. Stockton with the pass. The 90s All-Stars 22, the 80s All-Stars 19. to Irving. He launches a three. Yes. Pippen with the ball. Throws it to Malone. To Stockton. Pass. Jordan puts up the J. He makes the shot. To Irving. Pass. Boom, baby. To Stockton. To O'Neal. Up with a shot. Count it, baby. The 90s All-Stars, 26. The 80s All-Stars, 24. To Gervin. Malone takes the jumper. Yes! That ties the game at 26. To Jordan. Fakes it. He puts up the J. Knocks it down.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Johnson with the jumper. Yes. We're all tied at 28. Jordan puts it up. Got it. Bird with the shot. To O'Neal. With the shot. Takes the board. Batted away by Gervin. Shaq goes in for the jam. O'Neal misses. Throws it to Irving. To Gervin. To Bird. O'Neal is whistled for the defensive foul. First personal foul.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Bird with the J. Stockton picks up the defensive foul. Third team foul. Johnson makes it. To O'Neal. To Pippen. To O'Neal. To Pippen. O'Neal receives the pass. He misses it. Rebound, Bird. Johnson pulls the trigger. At the end of the first quarter, the 80s All-Stars lead 33-32.
Let's look at the numbers from the first quarter.
To Malone. To O'Neal. Jordan handles the pass. He takes the jumper. Irving takes the board. To Irving. He fakes. He puts up the shot. Rebound, Malone. Stockton puts it up. Jordan picks up the foul. Gervin going to the charity line for the first time tonight. Gervin misses the second. Malone is called for the defensive foul. To Johnson. To Gervin. Takes his jumper. Good. The 80s All-Stars 36, the 90s All-Stars 32. To O'Neal. To Pippen. O'Neal from top of the key. Rebound, Irving. Back to Irving. Pippen picks up the defensive foul. Third team foul. To Johnson. To Gervin. Puts it up. No. Pippen grabs it. Malone with the jumper. He buries it. To Gervin. Back to Gervin. With the jumper. Rebound. Jordan. Stockton turns and fires. Nails the Rainmaker. To Malone. With the shot. Got it. The 80s All-Stars 38, the 90s All-Stars 37. Johnson is whistled for the defensive foul. First team foul. Jordan with the jumper. Stockton puts up the J. Rebound, Malone. To Irving. To Johnson. Irving fakes the shot. Goaltending. To Pippen. Back to Stockton. Pippen on the left side. He shoots from downtown. Got it. To Irving. Throws it. To Gervin. Throws it. To Irving. He puts up the jumper. Rebound, Jordan. To Malone. Bird with the foul. Second personal foul.
Out of bounds, 80s ball.
To Irving. Bird fakes the shot. Swatted away by Robinson to Stockton. Ewing takes the feed, takes the board. Shot blocked by Gervin to Johnson. To Gervin to Johnson. Pass. Bird with a baseline jumper. Ewing is whistled for the defensive foul.
Substitution, 90s All-Stars.
Bird makes the second. The 80s All-Stars 42, the 90s All-Stars 40. Gervin is called for the defensive foul. Second personal foul. Robinson misses. To Gervin. Throws it to Bird. Robinson is whistled for the defensive foul. Fifth team foul. Bird goes to the charity stripe for 2. Good.
Substitution, 80s All-Stars.
Bird makes it. To Payton. To Stockton. To Payton. To Stockton. Robinson goes up, no good. Gervin takes the board. Throws it. Thomas launches a 3. Got it. Throws it. To Ewing. Payton gets the rock with a deep 2. No good. Barkley takes the board. To Gervin. Throws it to Barkley. To Gervin. Thomas takes the 3, grabs the board. Barkley takes off. Robinson takes the shot. Swatted away by Barkley to Thomas. To Bird. To Bird. Robinson is called for the defensive foul. Second personal foul. Bird goes to the line shooting 2. makes the foul shot.
Substitution, 80s All-Stars.
Bird gets it. The 80s All-Stars 51, the 90s All-Stars 42. Throws it to Peyton. Gervin is whistled for the foul. Third personal foul.
Substitution, 80s All-Stars.
To Ewing. He fakes the shot. Oh my goodness. The 80s All-Stars 51, the 90s All-Stars 44. To Worthy. To Bird. To Worthy. To Barkley. From right of the circle. He makes the shot. Pass. Stockton takes the jumper. Rebound, Barkley to Thomas. Thomas with the charging foul. The 80s All-Stars are at the limit.
Substitution, 80s All-Stars.
To Miller. To Robinson. To Hill. Miller takes the jumper. Wilkins shoots. No good. McHale is charged with a foul. First personal foul. Ewing to the line, shooting two. It's good. Ewing misses the second. He puts up the J. Rebound, Barkley with the interception. Oh, yes. Throws it to Barkley. To Johnson. To Wilkins. To Johnson. Throws it to McHale. Goes up, no good. Rebound, Miller.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
To Hill. To Peyton. To Miller. To Robinson. To Miller. He goes up with it. No good. Miller unloads. Hill with a one-handed slam. To Johnson. To Wilkins. McHale at the buzzer.
24-second violation, 80s All-Stars.
Stockton, pump fakes. Oh, yes. To Wilkins. He puts up the J. McHale grabs the offensive board. Oh, yes! To Robinson. Stockton shoots. Bullseye.
Stockton is on fire from behind the arc.
To Thomas. Throws it to Barkley. Stolen. O'Neal with a huge jam. At the half, the 90s All-Stars are ahead 57-55.
Let's take a look at the stats from the second quarter. In the first half.
Stockton fires. Misses the tray. To Irving. To Johnson. Gives it off to Bird. With the jumper. Yes.
Bird has a team high with 14 points.
To Pippen. To Stockton. To Malone. Shoots. Bird picks up the defensive foul. Malone goes to the line, shooting two. Malone misses. O'Neal off the board. The 90s All-Stars 60, the 80s All-Stars 57. Bird with the turnaround. It's good.
He's got 16 points.
To O'Neal. To Stockton. Gonna shoot. Boom, baby.
That gives him a double-double.
To Irving. To Gervin. To Bird. Bird puts up the J. No good. To Stockton. To Jordan. Pass. Dumps it in. To Malone. Fires it. He hits the shot.
Malone has scored 15 points.
Thomas puts up the shot. Rebound, O'Neal. To Malone. He takes the jumper. Rebound, Malone. To Gervin. He goes up with it. No. Malone takes the board. Jordan with the J. To Gervin. To Irving. Irving puts up the shot. He rims it. Bird takes the shot. It's good. O'Neal handles the pass. Malone is called for the defensive foul. O'Neal goes to the charity stripe for two. Misses. O'Neal makes it.
Don, he's got 13 points.
To Irving. Throws it to Gervin. To Thomas. For three. He comes up empty. Jordan picks up the foul. Gervin to the line, shooting two. Gervin hits the second one.
Gervin has made 12 points.
He's been robbed. To Thomas. To Irving. Throws it.
Out of bounds, 90s ball.
To Pippen. To Stockton. To Pippen. To Pippen. To Malone. To Pippen. Stockton with the J and makes it.
Stockton has got 15 points.
Stockton with a defensive foul. Second personal foul. To Bird. To Bird. To Malone. To Thomas. Puts up the J. Oh, yes. To Jordan. He goes up with it. It's good. To Bird. To Irving. Dumps it in. Malone puts it out. Steal. To Gervin. To Thomas. To Irving. There's the fake. He goes up with it. Good.
Irving has made 13 points.
To Jordan. Puts it up. No! O'Neal recovers the loose ball. To O'Neal. He pump fakes. Up with the shot. Yes! To Gervin. Fakes it. He puts up the J. It's good. Kicks it out. Stockton unloads. Rebound, Bird. To Gervin. To Bird. To Gervin. Shoots off the mark. Rebound, O'Neal. He comes away with it. To Thomas. To Irving. To Malone. With the J. Got it. Jordan fires it. Oh, yes. Pass. To Irving. To Gervin. Jordan picks up the defensive foul. Third team foul. Jordan is whistled for the defensive foul. The 90s All-Stars are at the limit. To Gervin. To Bird. Gervin with the shot. Boom! The 90s All-Stars, 76. The 80s All-Stars, 73. To Pippen. To Stockton. Pippen lets it fly. Count it, baby! To Gervin. To Johnson. Throws it. Irving shoots. Got it. To Peyton. Shoots. Off the backboard. To Johnson. To Irving. Malone gets the rock. To Irving. To Gervin. He puts up the jumper. Pass. Irving from the baseline. Rebound, O'Neal. Stockton fires it. Irving with a one-handed slam.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Throws it to Pippen. Pass to Stockton. To Pippen. Fires away. Got it! To Irving. To Gervin. He goes up with it. Irving with the offensive board. He makes the shot. To Peyton. To Malone. Bounces it to O'Neal. Fires away.
Malone is a great rebounder at both ends.
To Irving. To Gervin. To Johnson.
What's the double?
Malone takes the shot. Peyton gets the rebound. To Peyton. To Stockton. With the jumper. Got it. To Gervin. Pass to Johnson. To Bird. Gonna shoot. At the end of the third, the 90s All-Stars are up 83-79.
Let's take a look at the stats from the third quarter.
To Gervin. To Bird. Puts it off the window. Strips the ball. To Gervin. To Johnson. He goes up with it. Payton with a defensive foul. Johnson to the line, shooting two. Johnson gets them both. Dish to Malone. To Payton. Shoots from outside. Oh, count it, baby. To Johnson. Throws it. Irving with the J. To Irving. Hammers it down. The 90s All-Stars, 86. The 80s All-Stars, 85. Pippen in the paint. Throws it. To Payton. To O'Neal. To Pippen. He puts up the jumper. Rebound, Gervin. Bird puts it up. Good.
He's got 20 points.
To Malone. To Pippen. Gets it back out. Malone takes the jumper. Bingo!
Malone has a team high with 17 points.
To Irving. In to Johnson. To Gervin. Puts it up. Rebound. O'Neal. To Stockton. To O'Neal. To Malone. He puts up the J. He shoots. Oh, yes!
Don, he's got 19 points.
To Irving. Throws it. To Johnson. Pass to Gervin. To Gervin. Takes the shot. Got it.
Gervin has scored 18 points.
To Malone. He takes the fadeaway. Good. Gervin pump fakes. Goaltending violation. O'Neal fakes the shot. Boom, baby.
O'Neal has got 17 points.
To Gervin. To Irving. the fake. Batted away by Pippen.
24-second violation. 80s All-Stars.
Pippen puts it up. He buries it. Barkley on the left side to Gervin. To Bird. Puts up the J. He shoots at the buzzer. Bird jumps on the loose ball. To Malone. Count it, baby. To Pippen. He puts up the tray. Bird pulls it down. Barkley on the left side. To Johnson.
Out of bounds. 90s ball.
To Pippen. Up fake. Puts up the J.
The 80s All-Stars are really dominating the boards.
To Barkley. To Gervin. He puts up the jumper. To Stockton. To Malone. He puts up the jumper. Got it! To Barkley. To Gervin. To Johnson. To Gervin. To Olajuwon. He shoots from top of the key. McHale with the double clutch. Payton fakes the shot. Good. To Barkley. To Gervin. Pulls the trigger. Boom, baby. Dish to Payton. He puts up the jumper. It's good. To Barkley. Gervin with the J. Malone takes the rebound. Payton receives the ball. He puts up the jumper. Gervin is called for the foul. Payton sinks it. To Gervin. Throws it to Malone. To Irving. Johnson with the J. To Malone. Oh, my goodness. To Gervin. To Irving. From the baseline. Hill with a defensive foul. Irving going to the line for the first time tonight. Irving makes it.
Don, he's got 23 points.
Hill in the post. To Jordan. To O'Neal. He turns. Fired. Got it. To Irving. To Gervin. To Bird. To Johnson. He fakes. He'll shoot. Boom. To Hill. Puts it out. Bird boards it to Johnson. To Gervin. Puts up the jumper. Got it.
2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
To Miller with the jumper.
Malone is really crashing the boards tonight.
To Bird. With the J, he missed it. Miller grabs it. Picks off the pass. To Malone. To Gervin. To Irving. Bird at the buzzer. Got it.
Timeout. 90s All-Stars.
To Stockton. O'Neal puts up the shot. Boom! To Gervin. Dishes it off. Bird lets it fly. Malone makes the offensive rebound. To Irving. Bird on the left side. Tries the three. No! O'Neal takes the rebound. Malone is charged with the foul. To O'Neal. Dishes it off. Steal.
Timeout. 80s All-Star.
Johnson with the J. Boom, baby. Stockton launches it. He missed. The final score, the 90s All-Stars 110, the 80s All-Stars 107.
Let's take a look at the stats from the fourth quarter. tonight's player of the game.